Hey guys, this is Jamie Haas with New England Muscle. Today I've got a little surprise for you. I'm going to go through my entire book collection, well pretty much all of it. So I've got about 20 books here, and we'll go through them one at a time. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each one unless you want to sit here for an hour. I don't even think YouTube would let me upload a video that would be that big. So here we go, we're going to do a lightning round of it. So first things first, I've got two books here. We've got Serious Strength Training by Tudor Bumpa, and then we've got Periodization Breakthrough by Flick and Kramer. Now these aren't two well advertised books, and I certainly wouldn't have went out and bought them, but back when I got started reading muscle media back probably 13, 14 years ago, Charles Poliquin was one of the contributors to that, and he's kind of a very well-known celebrity strength coach, and he had the book The Poliquin Principles. My copy of The Poliquin Principles is beat to shit because my dog chewed it up a long time ago. God bless him. We loved our dog. But this is a book that many bodybuilders use as their Bible, myself included. It has a lot of fantastic information in it. And for quite a long time, I basically just took everything Charles Poliquin said as the gospel. I went to his strength training seminar probably back in 1997. Learned a lot about body recomposition, and the guy is just incredible. His vast, endless pool of knowledge. And he talked very highly the research of Flick and Kramer and Tudor Bumpa. So if you really want to get into the details of periodization, how it works, deloading cycles, how to properly ramp up and sequence your training, Charles Poliquin talks about these anatomical adaptation periods, and you've got your strength training periods. A lot of that information came from these books here. I would highly recommend you go. I'm not even sure if you can get on Amazon anymore, if you can find a copy of the Poliquin Principles. Maybe this is one of the last copies out there for all I know, but awesome books. The other thing is Charles Poliquin's really big on tempo training. That's where you have your exercise, and what you do is you prescribe a tempo. X number of seconds to lower the weight, X number of seconds to pause, and then X number of seconds to raise the weight. So each exercise that he has listed in his routines might say, for example, 3-0-1. That would mean you take 3 seconds to lower the weight, no pause, and move the bar up in 1 second. Sometimes he has an X, that means typically used with a very heavy weight. That would mean you try to be as explosive as possible. So if I'm doing a set of 3 very, very heavy, the load might not be moving fast, but I just need to be explosive and try to move it as fast as I can. There's a lot of critics out there regarding tempo training. There's a lot of value in it. If you're a bodybuilder, tempo training works because it's all about time under tension. You want to have a lot of muscular tension to get the muscle size. There was a period in my life when that's what I wanted. Now I've got 3 kids, a job. I'm just trying to be functional, have a strong lower back, keep up with my kids skiing. So my focus is more on full body workouts right now. So we'll get there. All right, so that's a lot of talking, and we haven't even gone through 3 books here. So I've talked about this one in one of my other videos, Dan John's Never Let Go. This one is just, I don't care if you're male, female, old, young, I just think everybody should have a copy of this sitting on their bedside. Dan John, he's a philosopher, a high school coach, Olympic lifting coach, and the guy, just the way he explains things is unlike any other person I've seen. Excellent book. This one is Brother Iron, Sister Steel by Dave Draper, otherwise known as Blonde Bomber. He's from the old school bodybuilding days, back with Arnold and Lou and the rest of that posse. But again, Dave Draper is a guy that he just has lots of really good stories in here. It's great stuff, especially if you like the iron game. He has some of his routines he does, how he deals with getting older. Let's see, just going to try to find a picture of it here for you, but that doesn't matter. But another awesome guy. Okay, we'll switch gears for a second. These are 2 books for my female fans. Is The New Rules of Lifting for Women and Female Body Breakthrough. Both excellent books. Rachel Cosgrove is Alan Cosgrove's wife. She is phenomenal. So between both of these books, they really break down. What I love is They try really hard to get women to stop doing cardio. Oh, God help me, if we could just get one woman per day to stop thinking that cardio is the way to lose the belly fat, or thigh fat, or butt fat, or whatever it is that you're trying to lose. By the way, just about every woman that thinks they have to lose weight is, typically very attractive, and it's just too bad they can't see themselves that way. But in these books, there's really well laid out programs, strength training programs. So, ironically, a lot of the content in these books would work really well for a man as well. They just package it in a format that is conducive to a woman. Female Body Breakthrough even talks about how to deal with the menstrual cycle and the implications in nutrition and diet. Same thing in weight training. So really recommend these for your girlfriend, wife, yourself. Okay, what do we have next on the list here? Muscle Logic. This book by Charles Staley, strength coach out of Arizona. I've personally talked to him on the phone a few times. I've seen him lecture up in Canada. Phenomenal guy. He's one of those guys that he just wasn't naturally born with genetics, and just he had to work his ass off to get the lean mass that he has now. He's into Olympic lifting, but he's coined the term simplexity. That's the ability to take a simple concept and make it really complex, which is what a lot of other people do out there, and he boils it down to the basics. So he kind of made popular this program called Escalating Density Training, which involves picking two big exercises, antagonistic, so for example maybe a barbell bench press and a bent over row. And what you do is you try to figure out a weight that you could do for 10 reps, maybe 11, but it would be hard to do those 10 reps. So once you get that weight dialed in, you set your timer for, by the way, this might take more than one workout to do that, but you set your timer for 15 minutes, and then you don't do any more than 5 or 6 reps, and you alternate back and forth between the bench press and the bent over barbell row. And you just keep logging how many reps you do, 5, 5, 5, 4, or maybe only 3 now. And you don't even pay attention to rest periods either. It's kind of a self-regulating type of workout routine, which is cool. You know that when the 15 minutes is up, your workout's over, you look at how many reps you did. Now the next time you go to the gym, you look at how many reps you did, you know you had 15 minutes, you try to beat it. If you can beat it by more than, say, 10%, then you increase your weight 5 pounds and you start over again. Awesome program. It's great for body recomposition as well, trying to lose fat and gain lean mass at the same time. It is hard on the joints, so I wouldn't follow this type of training program for everybody's different, but certainly 8 weeks would be pushing it. Especially if you're doing pull-ups and whatnot, your forearms, everything just starts breaking down. Okay, next we have New Rules of Lifting for Men. Another awesome book. It goes through all the basic moves. Instead of a bodybuilder style of isolation exercises, they talk. But, for example, when I say plane, I mean like vertical push. That's the same thing as saying shoulders. Again, these books, you can buy these books on Amazon for like 12, 15 bucks. So that's what, a couple coffees during a week. So another very highly recommended one. This one of the Pelican Principles you should have. Go buy them right now, along with Dan John's book. If strength is the name of the game for you, then Eric Cressey is probably your guy. A lot of people have heard of Dave Tate. He is a phenomenal, well-regarded power lifter, but it's not for the average person. You can't just take a father that's trying to get stronger and start throwing chains over a bar and doing band pulls and presses. It's a little bit out there. But Eric Cressey, I'm up in New Hampshire. He's right down in Massachusetts. I've actually trained at his facility, paid him to write programs for me. He is the real deal. I've got affiliate links on my website, not to be plugging that, but he has a program called Show and Go. I followed that. Fantastic results. If you're looking to look better but also be very strong, Eric Cressey, he's your guy for that. Another Charles Poliquin book. Got this one back in 1997, before it was actually even released. He sold it at a seminar, Modern Trends in Strength Training. A great summary of all the different programs, the principles out there. Cluster training, 5 sets of 5, pyramids, what span of percentage weights you want to vary. So a lot of really good concepts in here. Just raw material. Nothing sexy about this book. Now we've got Ian King's books. Ian King, another guy, I just can't say enough about him, enough good stuff about him. Back in the day, he was probably one of Australia's top strength coaches. He's got 2 books, Get Buffed. Yeah, I know, sorry, it's a bit of a cheesy name. Testosterone magazine made him very popular. And then he also has a book, How to Write Strength Training Programs. He's very focused on balancing the body, as everybody should be, but also in planes of movement. He's got, I'd say probably the game changer program that I followed from him was his limping series. He's got limping into November, limping into December, and it's a pretty brutal leg training program. But he just turns everything upside down. It's a very unique programming style. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here, almost done. Now, if you want something totally unorthodox and that goes against the grain, then Nick Nielsen is your guy. This book right here, Muscle Explosion. It's a 28-day program, and I promise you, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. You're going to look at this and say, "You've got to be kidding me." I don't want to spoil it, but basically, you have it's macronutrient rotation, which I write a lot about in my blog. Carb cycling is another name for it. But he uses those concepts in such a way to manipulate your hormones, and then he has you do things like deadlift for a half hour straight. I mean, who goes to the gym and does that? And then you do that like a couple days in a row. I haven't personally tried the program yet, but I've read through the book, and it's extremely compelling. I think this summer, if I've got some forearm issues, if I can get those resolved, I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, last couple books here. This is another one everyone should have on their shelf, Men's Health, Big Book of Exercises. This isn't a book on different training programs and how to write them per se, but it just has fantastic color pictures, just page after page of all sorts of different exercises. So if you're coming up short, all you have to do is flip through this and you'll come up with any variation, whether you're training at Planet Fitness and you're taking the dumbbells away, which is happening a lot around here, which is pretty pathetic, or you have a home gym and you're running out of ideas, or you're in a hotel room somewhere and you need some ideas. This book has those ideas for you. I'm going to finish up with this book. This is Men's Health, Huge in a Hurry by Chad Waterbury. Chad is probably one of my most recent favorite strength coaches. I love his style of writing and his programs. And going back to keeping things simple, he's a very strong proponent of full body exercises, full body routines, to try to hit your muscle groups 3 or 4 times a week if possible, as opposed to a typical bodybuilder program where you do chest on Monday, right? Everybody does chest on Monday. And you just destroy it, and then you wait 7 days and do it again. Chad's concept is repeated exposures. You look at a gymnast, right? Do gymnasts go to the gym and practice the rings and then do nothing for a whole week waiting for the shoulders to recover? No. They're in there on the, doing their iron crosses and the pommel horse and all the backflip jump spins, whatever they're doing. And their freaking shoulders are enormous. And yet they're training it every single day. So a lot of paradigms that people have, you have to challenge those. You have to just try stuff out and see what works for you. Another thing I like about Chad's programs is the concept of, instead of a boring, do 6 sets of 5, which would be 30 reps. What he does is he says, okay, pick a weight that you could do, say, 5 to 7 reps with, and I don't care how many sets you do, just get in your 30 reps. So he focuses more on, there's this magic number, right? You've got the 5 sets of 5 program, that's 25 reps. 3 sets of 10, that's 30 reps. So there's this magic in the 25 to 30 rep range for muscle hypertrophy, which is muscle growth. So that's pretty much all my favorite books. I guess the last one right here, it was a resource I bought back in the day. I don't use it a whole lot, but Hardcore Bodybuilding, A Scientific Approach by Fred Hatfield. For those who don't know Fred Hatfield, he's also known as Dr. Squat. But every one of these books adds some type of value to it. Every page here has some massive bodybuilder that they're just taking steroids. I don't see too many normal people that can lift and slap on all that muscle. But still, having said that, there's a lot of really good information in here.